Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my stream. First of all, let me apologise for not streaming on Monday. That was purely down to the temperature. We we've had some unusual heat in the UK. We had on Tuesday, we had the hottest day we'd ever recorded at 41.3 degrees centigrade. I don't know what that is in old Fahrenheit, but I, a rule of thumb, a rough rule of thumb to calculate is double it and add 30. So that's 82 plus 30. That's 102, 112. So approximately 112 Fahrenheit. Good evening there on YouTube, Tracy. How are you? So I do apologise for not being there on Monday. It was just too hot. It was. I'm in southeast London, and we got up to 39 degrees. That was outside. In my room, it was nearly 48 degrees, and that's with all the windows open and all the fans on. And my poor PC just couldn't cope any longer. I'm afraid. I've just been told, right. I've just been told, right, that it's not 112 degrees Fahrenheit at all. It's 106 degrees Fahrenheit. So there we go. You see, I've got Mickey in my ear because I'm going to be bringing Mickey on in a couple of minutes. So we'll do that. At the moment, I've got it started on Facebook, and we're on Twitch. We're on. Are we on Twitch? Yes, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook. But I can't get Reddit started. So that is I don't know what's up with Reddit, but I'll keep trying as we go along. Um, Good evening, Tyson, up there in Lincolnshire. How are you? I didn't stream Monday because it was so hot, which is just what I'm apologising about. Anyway, I've got a special title for Mickey now. I'm just gonna pull it up. There we go. And let's bring Mickey on. So he should be around here somewhere. So there we go. That should bring Mickey on. There we go. There we go. There we go. So everybody say hello to Mickey. So say hello to Mickey. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. When I saw it, right, high risk anus, I thought that's going to be a good anagram that I'll put that on for Rishi Sunak. And then of course it fits you perfectly. So so actually, it could include me. I mean, anybody watching will look at that and think, "What the fuck?" So, oh, there you go, Mickey. Look, you've got a fan. You've got a fan. No sound from Mickey. Hang on, no sound from Mickey. Right, that should bring Mickey's sound up. Sorry, that should bring Mickey's sound up. Mickey, say something, even if it's bollocks.
Well, it is bollocks. As I said, high risk anus.
Yeah, they missed the explanation, right? I'm calling. Do any of you know what high risk anus is? Good evening, Ryan. How are you over there in Facebook land? Over there in the Republic of Ireland, I think. I saw you went back the other day, so I think you went back the other day, so I think you're over there in the Republic.
Tyson, much as I'd love to, I'm already taken, thank you very much. He wants to marry me.
Yeah, no, fine.
Well, yeah.
Fine. Right. Before we go any further, let's do this. Our beer du jour. There we go. Look, our beer du jour. Um, I'm not going to be very. Have you got a beer, Nicky? Oh, you got a cup of tea, right? Got a cup of tea. I'm not going to be very. I'm not going to be very exciting today. I'm not going to be very. I'm not going to be very exciting and dynamic with a beer. I've got Budweiser. Again, it's another beer that is not what you think it is. It makes it look American. You think you're buying an American beer. Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, and you make it think, yeah, you think it's American. But actually, when you look on the back, it's brewed in the UK. Incidentally, Budweiser's not an American beer. A lot of people think it's an American beer. Budweiser actually comes from Czechoslovakia. And I've had the Czechoslovakian Budweiser, and oh my god, it's gorgeous. This stuff is like commercial dishwater, but I sent my partner. I said to her, "Can you get me some beer?" Because it was so hot on Tuesday. And she said, "I'll just get what's on offer." And I said, "Yeah, I don't mind. Any beer will do." And she got me a case of Budweiser, so I can't really grumble, although I will drink it. Mickey, while I'm having a couple of sips here, tell us about your tea. There must be a story about your tea. It must have come from something. Is it Ceylon? Is it from Kenya? Where's it from?
Fuck me, no, mate. It's Asda. It's come from Asda. You pick it up off a shelf, put it in your basket, pay on the way out. How the fuck should I know where it comes from?
Right.
Eh? But it's very nice. Flat spoonful of sugar, drop of milk. Huh? Very,
Yeah.
very dark. I like Yorkshire tea, but the missus don't, so unfortunately I'm not allowed to have it.
I've got Tetley.
What, Tetley's bitter or Tetley's tea?
Tetley tea bags.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm not a great tea drinker. I prefer coffee.
Yeah,
But,
so do I. I use a Tassimo as a rule for my coffee.
You what, sorry?
I've got a Tassimo for my coffee.
I've got an espresso.
Yeah. Yeah, you're posh.
I am posh, yeah, I am posh.
Southerners, yeah.
I am posh. I'm gonna keep starting streaming while we're going to see if I can actually stream on Reddit, but it looks like it's not going. It's not going.
We had the same problem last week.
Yeah, it's because Reddit have changed things. They're trying to get away from the streamers. I think they don't like the streamers, so it's just a pain in the fucking arse. I drink coffee during the day, and then in the evenings I drink tea.
I have 2 cups of tea when I get up, then I go on a coffee all day, and about this time of the evening, back on the tea again.
Oh, when I think about it, Ryan, I am so sorry. My deepest condolences for your grandmother. Yes, my deepest condolences for your grandmother there. After I read about it, I never met her. I remember. Did she come to your dad's funeral? Just out of curiosity. But I just send you my deepest condolences anyway, Ryan. Sorry. Another friend of mine, Mickey, just lost his grandmother a couple of weeks back.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember whether she was at the funeral. Was she at your dad's funeral, Ryan? She was. Yeah, I do remember a couple of old people, and I'm thinking maybe she was the one. I was chatting to somebody about something, and she was agreeing with me that your dad had shit cars. Does that sound like your grandmother? Because I said I was telling her that Keith used to your dad Keith used to come on to our game chat and tell us about the new car he had this week and how proud he was. And she said to me, "They're shit cars. He always had shit cars. Everybody knew he had shit cars except him." So yeah. That was who I was talking to. Who agreed with me about your dad's cars being shit. So yeah. Oh dear. Oh yeah. So I did, mate. So I'm sorry to hear about that. Right. So football. What about our girls, Mickey?
Oh, what a result we had the other day, eh?
Yeah. Did you watch the match?
I didn't watch it. No, but it's 2-1, wasn't it?
Oh, you should have watched it. And you should have watched it. I've watched all of our girls play, and I've watched all their matches. The next match is on Tuesday. I'm not sure who they're playing. I've been busy today, so I haven't kept up with the news. It was either Sweden or somebody else, but I'm not sure who they're playing next Tuesday. But a lot of pundits had, before the Euro started, a lot of pundits had Spain down as the favourites, with England as the second favourites. And a lot of people were saying if England should meet Spain in the knockout stage, the winner of that match is probably going to go on to be the winner of the Euros. I mean, that would be absolutely fantastic. And yes, Tracy, the match was cracking. I really enjoyed the match, and those girls can really play some football. Really, they've really got very keen football brains.
They seem to play without all the drama as well, Steve. They don't roll about on the floor and cry like a baby. They get knocked down, they get up and play on, which is how the men should play.
Exactly, and it actually keeps the game flowing.
It does.
It keeps the game flowing. But it was all of the matches were a cracking match. I've got to admit, as we came up to full time, Spain scored, making it 1-0, and they led for most of the match. And at that point, that was the right result. I sat down for the second half, quite convinced Spain were going to win. I thought they'd get a second one in. Not that England were playing badly, but Spain were playing exceptionally well. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, England turned themselves around, and they equalised with a cracker of a goal. What a goal! And then in extra time, they went ahead, and it completely turned the match around. And towards the end of the match, I actually felt a bit sorry for Spain, because for most of the 90 minutes or that they played so far, including the extra time, Spain had been leading. And in the last 25, 30 minutes, we turned it completely around. Not only had we drawn, but we had gone ahead, and it was a cracking match, Mickey. You should have watched it.
You tried prying her away from her soap so I can watch football, huh?
Yeah. I was watching it on my PC. Watching it on your PC.
Well, yeah, I can do, yeah.
I've got an iPlayer, and I've got 28-inch monitors here, so it's like sitting in a home cinema when you're sitting in front of them. But it was a cracking match. And I'm looking forward to Tuesday's match, and I'm just going to see what who England are playing on Tuesday. I know it was either Sweden or the other one, Sweden or Belgium, and I forget who it was. The match was yesterday, so let's have a look. England versus Sweden. I thought so.
That'll be a cracking match.
That'll be a cracking match as well, because Sweden are widely considered to be a good team.
Yeah, they kicked Ireland's ass, didn't they?
Yeah. Sorry, Ryan. Ryan's over there in Ireland, so in the Republic.
I make no apologies.
So, and I'm looking forward to that. It's a cracking match, and I forget it's women playing. To be honest, I love the football, and I forget it's women playing. And the other thing that I've noticed that is in this last week, a lot of the misogyny that happened when the Euros first started and we were in the group stage, there was a lot of misogyny amongst some of my friends, and you know who I'm talking about, on Facebook, making the cracks about the women. Oh yeah, I like the matches, but it's great when they exchange shirts at the end of the match, and things like that. And a couple of people were saying, yeah, did you check out the goalkeeper's arse? He said, I loved watching that goalkeeper's arse. And I'm thinking, I actually defriended the person who said that, because I thought that was very sexist, and it was bordering on misogyny, Mickey.
Alan Sugar got into trouble as well this week, complaining about the women's football.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
I can't remember what it was now, but he got slapped down and put in his place.
All right. So yeah, we did really, really well, and I'm looking forward to watching the match on Tuesday next week. It's really great. Tyson, are you into the ladies' football by any chance, Tyson? If you're still there, over there in Lincolnshire, even though you've been spurned by Mickey. I just realised I've still got a high risk anus up there. Should I leave it up there?
Apparently, why not? Just leave that there.
Just leave it there, and then people can come in and they'll work it.
They know it's me then.
It could be me. It could be me. I mean,
apparently, Alan Sugar was moaning about the lack of male commentators in the women's football. He reckons all women. He was then shot down because the very next match that was played, it was a male commentator.
How many female commentators do we have for the men's football?
Well, there is one. I mean, I listened to Radio 5 when I used to be at work. Obviously, Sunday evenings they had a match on, and quite often you'd have not a woman commentator, but certainly one of the pundits would be a woman. And actually, to be fair, they came up with some really good points about the matches. I mean, I've got no qualm who's commentating on it, to be fair. All they're doing is telling you what's going on. So I don't care. It's a fucking alien, to be quite honest. All the commentators are women. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I hadn't given any thought to it. There was a Spanish guy, I think, that was commentating on the match on Tuesday. I don't know what's happened to Tyson. Let me just check. Tyson's not gone. Tracy, give us your opinion on the matches, Tracy. Yeah, give us your opinion on the matches.
See, she agrees with me. That's a fucking first. Hey?
Sure, she doesn't know you that well.
No.
I've got a plaque. We've got a plaque on the windowsill, upstairs at the top of the stairs. Got a window, and we've got a windowsill. And it's got a plaque saying, "I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong."
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Tracy, you tell us about what a cracking match. Doesn't sum it up. Come on, give us your female perspective on the match on Tuesday. Let's have your perspective. I'll ask you about it, Ryan, in a minute, whether you've watched it or not, or you're interested in it. Just while I'm waiting for Tracy to do that, I think what it is some of the people are diehard football fans, Mickey, and they still see it as a man's game.
Yeah.
And they don't like the fact that women are playing it. But I admire the skills. It's a great. I've been very, very impressed with our team. Very impressed with our team. Very impressed. With the quality of football.
Sort of sounded like Sandy Toksvig.
Yeah. Good evening there on Twitch, the Beer Jesus. That's an interesting name, the Beer Jesus. I'm just having a beer. I'm having a Budweiser. Well, it depends on your point of view. Budweiser may not be a beer, but I'm drinking Budweiser at night because it's what my wife got me.
If you didn't drink it, she'd hit you on the head with a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, it is misogyny, Tracy. It is misogyny. But there we go. We've got to. You make your own beer, do you? Hang on. I make my own beer as well. The beer juices. I've actually got 40 pints of Woodford's Wherry upstairs in my brewery brewing at the moment. But I can't drink it. It was ready a week ago, but I can't drink it. The reason I can't drink it is because I don't use sugar to carbonate it. I use carbon dioxide, and I've got a carbon dioxide bottle up there, so that when I serve it, I serve it at the correct pressure. I've got a carbon dioxide bottle up there, but I've run out of the carbon dioxide, and there's apparently a national carbon dioxide shortage. I don't know if you know that, down to the Ukraine, because apparently Ukraine is the biggest producer of the raw grain that goes to make carbon dioxide in this country. So there's only supplying. I can only get one place that delivers the carbon dioxide to me because I can't pick up a big 15 kilo bottle. They're fucking heavy. There's only one place that will deliver to me, and at the moment they're only supplying their bar customers. They're not supplying their private customers until this CO2 crisis is over. So I've got 40 pints of Woodford's Wherry up there, 25 litres of Woodford's Wherry up there. It's ready to drink, and I can't drink it because I haven't second fermented it, because it's not as easy to second ferment as normal, because I pressure fermented it to start with. So it's in a pressure barrel, and I don't want to transfer it into a non-pressure barrel to second ferment it to get the fizz with the sugar. I also find that if I am fizzing with the sugar, it never lasts for the whole beer, which is why I like carbon dioxide. So it's nice to meet somebody that brews their own beer. Unfortunately, I'm not a great lover of porter. I don't like things like porters or any of the stouts. I'm not a great lover of those at all. I prefer the lighter beers. I prefer ales. If anything, real ale is my favourite beer.
A nice IPA
Followed
is nice.
by a lager. Mickey just said IPA is nice. Indian Pale Ales or New England Indian Pale Ale. I don't like the commercial ones. Some of the ones that I brewed have been quite nice, but I don't like any of the commercial ones. Don't like them. Don't like them at all. I do like an IPA. We've got a little craft pub just around the corner from where I am, and I used to go out to it every Sunday night, which I've had to stop. Because of COVID. I'm going to talk about that in a little while.
Hipster mimosas, hey.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Mickey.
The Beer Jesus IPA are just hipster mimosas. Well,
Yeah,
each to their own.
Yeah, each their own. Each their own.
Can you just switch me off a minute, Steve, please?
Yep, I will. I will switch you off. Hang on. Mickey's going to have a ciggy, but we're not letting Mickey. We're not letting you see Mickey smoke on air because we've got to be responsible. So there we go. Mickey's just having a ciggy. You can still hear him. Yeah, I mean, if he farts, we'll know about it. So this pub, which is a micro pub, they serve some very nice beers, and some of them are IPAs, and their IPAs are actually quite nice. I just think it's the commercial IPAs I don't like. But you're right, IPAs are just hipster mimosas. I agree with you. I prefer a proper ale. And if you know Woodford's Wherry, you'll understand if you've ever brewed Woodford's Wherry. Well, yes, Tracy, Rainbow Beach there on YouTube, Tracy. Yes, we're going to be talking football. I'm not really the world's greatest footballer, but I do enjoy the Euros and I do enjoy the World Cup. We've got both this year, of course, both the men and women's, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And watching the women's football being broadcast on mainstream television channels means that it's arrived. It's here. You wouldn't have had that 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was hidden away on some Eurosport 11 channel, which you had to have like a zillion pounds worth of satellite dishes to actually watch it because it really wasn't mainstream. But since the BBC taken on the broadcasting of it, it's become mainstream. So I think it's here to stay now. I think women's football is here to stay, and I'm really enjoying it. Like I say, the England team and the Spain team, to be fair, they've got keen football brains. Very keen football brains, and I think that's fantastic. I think that's fantastic. I can't get Reddit to start. It's I'm having a nightmare getting Reddit to start tonight, so I'm just not going to be able to stretch on Reddit. Oh, hang on. I think we're on. I think we're gone. We're going. Right. Let me just check. Ah, I think I've managed it, Mickey. I think I've managed it. Nope. I may not. I might have done. I think what Reddit are doing is they're throttling the bandwidth. So let me just see. We're not there yet, Tracy, and Reddit can't see you. Reddit can't see anything that goes on YouTube. So just bear with me. I keep meaning to write a program that allows everybody to see everybody else's chat. They did say they were going to open up RPAN, which is the Reddit software, as an open source software, so that we can, so that people can see it. But that hasn't happened yet. So as soon as they release the source code, I should be able to write a Python script that allows. Because at the moment, if you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, you should be able to see each other's chat. Dear Jesus, if you're still there on Twitch, can you see what's going on? Can you see in your chat what's going on YouTube? I'll have a look in a minute. I'm just trying to find the URL for Reddit so I can send it over to Mickey. So let's find the URL for Reddit. Oh, come on. Fuck. Oh, yes, we've done it. We're there. Right. Okay, I've got the URL for Reddit, Mickey. Just coming over. Let's turn that off. Make sure everything's on. Right. Okay. We've got the URL for Reddit. Right. So let's send that across to Mickey. Here you go. coming across now. There's Reddit. That's the YouTube URL. Fuck me. Right, hang on. Let's go for Reddit again. Oh, right. Copy. All right. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Happy Smiler. I shouldn't be muted. I should be all there. You're not hearing my audio at all. Happy Smiler. 1, 2. No, it's coming out. Coming out. I'll try again. Try that. 1, 2. You should be able to hear me. Okay, it's good now. Right. Okay. Right. Hang on, Mickey. Let's get you across the Reddit. The Reddit one. Just coming across now. Oh, there you go. That's the Reddit. That's the Reddit URL for Mickey there. So we finally got on Reddit. It's taken ages to get there. I'm really sorry. Sorry, Reddit. It's taken me so long to get there. It's just been a bugger getting on Reddit tonight. I noticed that I've noticed that I've started up Reddit about 20 times tonight, looking in the thing there. So it's a bit of a nightmare. Yes, please, Tracy. You do need to sign up to Twitch. I would like everybody to. Are you ready? Are you back with us, Mickey? Yep. I would like my high risk anus is back. I would prefer it, if I'm honest. I'd prefer it if everybody went to Twitch, because I'm almost monetized on Twitch, which means I can earn money. But only if I get 3 people talking consistently. I'm not quite sure of the figures. I've got to look at them properly. I've got enough followers, but I need 3 consistent chatters on Twitch, and then Twitch actually start paying me. And at the moment, I've got something like 1.8. I don't know. I'll get my figures at the end of the stream. Right. I'm just trying to check. Ryan Roll. Yep. Ryan Roll. So we know that Facebook and Thingy are communicating with each other. Yep, the Beer Jesus. Yep, they can all see each other. So yeah, they should all be able to see each other. So how many have we got on Twitch? We've just got 1 on Twitch now. So I think we've lost the Beer Jesus. So that's annoying. And good evening, Happy Smile Seeker. Can you see Reddit, Mickey?
Yeah, I can now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It took me a while to find the chat on Skype for a minute.
I'll send you the link.
I know you sent me a link, but I didn't have chat enabled in the corner of my screen, so I couldn't see it.
I'm actually just looking at it on Reddit, and it makes it look like I'm the high risk anus.
Well, that would be right. That would
okay.
Well, you're at high risk, aren't you, because of your health, and you're an arsehole, so I mean that fits perfectly, doesn't it?
Right. Okay. Well, I can quickly amend that. There we go. Look, that's sorted that out. That's sorted that out, right? That's sorted that out. That's sorted that out, right? So that's made it quite clear who the high risk anus is. You get brownie points. You get brownie points if anybody can tell me why I've got high risk anus up there. You get some brownie points. Tracy can't take part in this, so Tracy and Mickey aren't allowed to take part in this. So, can anybody else tell me why I've got high risk anus up there? Hi, Randy and
Hello, Randy.
Good to see you too. I've had so much trouble with Twitch, getting onto Twitch just lately. It's been an absolute nightmare getting on the Reddit. So I've got no idea what's up with Reddit. And already, there we go, Mickey. Look, we're ready. We've Reddit as
9.
We've already Reddit has surpassed Twitch and YouTube. We've got 10 people on Reddit watching us. We've got 3 people on YouTube. We've got 1 person on Facebook, and we've got 1 person on Twitch. Your comment is held for review, Tracy, because Rainbow Craft on YouTube says, "Why is my comment blacked out?" It's held for review because you said a naughty word in it, and I'm just going back to have a look, and it's laughing my arse off, you might scare me away, anal haters. I think it's because you used the word anal, but I can say that. There we go. Let's put it in. I can switch that on. This message is held for review. Rainbow Beach said he wants to marry because he knows you're a risky anus. So yeah, we can put that in as well. That's now in. So all of the ones that are missing are now in because I can put them in. So these are things. These are things you said that YouTube has blanked out because apparently they're quite rude. So you're quite rude, Tracy. So we know that. We know that. So
please, no puddles on the floor, Tracy. We don't want to mess in aisle 9, please.
So can anybody? That's it. Randy and the Randells. It is an anagram of Rishi Sunak.
Exactly.
Isn't that the perfect anagram?
Yeah.
Randy and the Randells on Reddit says it's an anagram for Rishi Sunak. It is. And isn't that a perfect anagram? If there ever was an anagram, my mouth ain't working. If there ever was an anagram that perfectly suited somebody, it was that, isn't it? It was that. I mean, Rishi Sunak, high risk aids. Which brings me quite nicely to the next subject. Micky, Sunak or Truss?
Neither.
Yeah, but you haven't got a lot of choice. It's one or two.
No. You've got one that's one that ain't got a clue, and the other one that's a spoiled little rich kid, as far as I'm concerned. But I'll be honest. I think Sunak will get it, but I think a lot of the Tory party in Parliament want Truss because she's very easy to manipulate. She changes her mind like the weather, mate. In fact, she changes it more often than you change your Y-fronts. You know, and well, we know what Sunak.
I'll have you know that all I'm wearing, right, is this shirt.
Yeah, I can well believe that.
I'm not wearing anything else. I'm just wearing this shirt. Yeah. Make of that what you will, right? But if I get up, you'll understand, all right? I'm not wearing anything else but this shirt. So when I do go to the toilet, I'm going to have to put my shorts on like this. I'm actually stark naked from the waist downwards, and I've got this, right? I've got this, right, blowing on my important bits.
Oh, it's a Ryobi as well. Is that a battery powered one?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's +1, is it?
Yeah, it's a Ryobi. There's a battery on the back.
Yeah. I've got a strimmer and a lawnmower. Well, not blower, raker fucking thing.
Oh, so I've got this fan. This fan is. I'm absolutely naked from the waist downwards, and this fan is blowing right onto my cock.
I hope to fuck that your camera don't slip, mate. Now,
it won't.
We're not on Pornhub now. I know you've got it on your other screen, but
it won't. I'm fully set up here, so you're quite safe. Fuck you on Reddit. Here we go. We're talking about them, right? We're talking about. I've seen Micky and Tracy on YouTube agree about Truss being easily misled. Let me just read out fuck you's question. This is a question from
I'll reply to him then.
Fuck you on Reddit. So I'm going to read it out so everybody else can get it and see if you want to reply to it. Why do you guys hate Sunak? He is rich, knows people in the working class, and is leading the race. What's there to hate? So let's do a round robin. Tracy, answer that one, please. There's a bit of a lag, Micky, so...
Yeah.
Is it Ryobi gear you've got there, Micky?
Sorry?
Is it Ryobi gear you've got?
Yeah. +1.
I've got a shitload of Ryobi. I've got a drill. I've got a lawnmower.
I made a mistake because I needed a strimmer to go around the edge of the lawns. So I thought, Ryobi.
Yeah.
That's cheap. So I bought it. I thought, it really is cheap. So I bought it. No fucking battery or charger, was there?
I've got loads of Ryobi stuff. I've got a washer and everything else. Right. Tracy Rainbow Beach on YouTube wants me to repeat the question. Right, the question from Fuck You on Reddit is, why do you guys hate Sumac? He is rich, knows people in the working class,
but he doesn't,
and is leading the race. What's there to hate? Tracy, this is the Reddit URL. If you want to open up Reddit in another tab, that will show you what's going on in Reddit. If you want to open up another tab, so you can have a look and see. That's the question. But did you get that, or do you want me to repeat it again, Tracy? I personally don't hate Sunak. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate
anybody.
I think Mickey and Tracy. I actually think Sunak will be, if he's not the Prime Minister this time round, he'll be the Prime Minister. He is a Prime Minister. If he's not this time round, if Truss beats him, when Truss goes, Sunak will be the Prime Minister. We haven't got a lot of choice. It's either or. Our choice is in a general election as to whether to get rid of the Conservative Party. And to be honest, and I know people are probably going to hate me saying this, right? But there is no alternative. There is no alternative to the Conservative Party. I would hate. Oh my God, I would hate it if Labour got in at the moment. And
oh God,
yeah, that'll be a nightmare, right? And as for the Greens, right? As for the Greens, I lost my faith in the Greens during the last general election when they knocked on the door, and I said to the woman, I said, "How'd you get here?" She said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I walked down your path." I said, "No, how did you get to Chislehurst?" I said, "John," she said, "Oh, I drove." And I said, "Oh, how did your friend get to Chislehurst?" She said, "Oh, he drove as well." And I said, "What about that person behind you? How did you get to Chislehurst?" She said, "Well, I drove as well." She said, "You all came in separate cars then?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "These leaflets, are they printed from trees?" She said, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, what do you do with them when they're done?" And she said, "Well, I don't know." And so I shut the door and I thought, I'm never ever going to have that fucking green. I mean, they can't be that green if they drive everywhere and they have no idea what happens to the leaflets they produce.
Yeah.
Right? If they were truly green, right, they would walk and they wouldn't produce any leaflets. But no, they're not truly green, so I gave up with those.
Always be like the what are they over in the States and go back to horse and carts?
Yeah, Amish.
That's it, the Amish.
The Amish, yeah.
Go back to horse and carts.
Don't go on to Pornhub and type in Amish porn. You'll be shocked. Right? Apparently, according to a friend, according to Jason, right, you'll be shocked. Layla3 says on Reddit. Layla3 says, "You know why eggs never tell each other jokes?" So come on, do we know why eggs never tell each other jokes?
No. Apparently, Layla's addicted to soap as well.
Yeah. And what do you call two monkeys who share an Amazon account? Well, that's me and the missus. I've got to tell you, right, Mickey. I've got to tell you, right. Talking about Pornhub, right? I was talking to somebody on. Do you know Steve Wilson?
No, I don't, mate. No.
I know Steve Wilson, right? I know Steve Wilson, right? He's got a wicked sense of humour. I mean, when Rickrolling was the rage, me and him would used to Rickroll each other as often as possible. Well, the other day we were talking about something, and he said, "You know about Two Girls and One Cup then?" Hey, what is it? Two Girls and One Cup?
Oh no!
I googled it. I googled it, didn't I? No. What a mistake! Oh.
No.
Oh, I googled it. I googled it. Oh.
And don't Google blue waffle either.
No, well, I know what blue. But I mean, Two Girls, One Cup. I mean, it's such a harmless name. Harmless name. And I googled it, and I thought, oh my God.
I did several years ago. I did several years ago, yeah. But something never to be repeated.
And
I actually out there.
I watched it. When I realised what it was about, I nearly puked. And then I realised that was the second half.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God. Oh. So, and I thought, I can't even puke now because it's going to turn somebody on. It was disgusting. Two Girls, One Cup. Don't ever Google. I mean, I googled it, and I found the Wikipedia entry. And the Wikipedia entry's got a link And I thought, I've got to go and have a look. And dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. You haven't seen Layla 3 hasn't seen Two Girls, One Cup. I won't spoil it. I won't tell
Please
you what the
don't
end is.
Google it.
I won't
Please
tell you. I won't tell you who done it. All right. I won't tell you who done it. I won't tell you who done it. All right, right, Mickey. Can you keep the troops busy while I go to the toilet? I'm just gonna turn my screen off. So can you keep the troops busy while I go to the toilet?
I certainly can. Well, they can keep me busy. He's turned his screen off because he's naked from the waist down, and it's not really a picture that I want to see. I'm sure you lot don't either, but make sure you do, Steve. I'm glad he has. Normally, at least he's got shorts on, but not today.
I can hear you.
Oh, he can still hear us, apparently.
I've got you in my...
Now, I'm not sure if Leela's saying, don't spoil it, I haven't seen it, about Steve getting up half naked, or whether she's talking about something else. Hello, happy smile seeker. We've just got a streaker. He's turned his camera off. He's just gone streaking to the toilet, apparently. Flicking. Dangley's a band on YouTube. In this heat, they'll be down to his wee bag. How do you know he's got a wee bag trace? Yes, Randy, we've had the heat. I think the highest we got was 41.3 degrees, which I believe is about 106 in Fahrenheit. It's a lot cooler now. In fact, yesterday we had a bit of rain where I am for about half an hour. I think I heard him stumbling back. Oh, here he is. Oh, my God. Yeah, thank God you sat down first before you put that on. But yes, we have been hitting the heat wave. What did you say, it was 38, 39 down yours, Steve?
In London here, in southeast London, it hit 39 degrees. I'm sorry, I only work in centigrade. It hit 39 degrees. In my room here, it was 48 degrees. So the heat wave did hit us really hard.
Yeah.
I know that people in, say, Australia, and I believe it's California, that holds the world record for the hottest place on Earth at with 57.2 degrees at one point. I know they laugh at us thinking that we're making a big fuss at 41 degrees, but you've got to remember that these are unusual temperatures. This country never gets that high. 41 degrees was 16 degrees above the seasonal average. 16 degrees centigrade above the seasonal average. The seasonal average here in England in July is around about 24, 25. So to actually come up to 41 degrees is an incredible amount of heat. And it on Tuesday at 41.3 degrees, it was the hottest recorded temperature in the United Kingdom. And we're not geared up for it. We've got the wrong kind of housing. We've got the wrong kind of infrastructure. So it really affected us here. Air conditioning in the UK is not a standard thing. We don't need it. Like I say, our normal summer temperatures are about 24, 25, 28 degrees. We don't really need air conditioning 28 degrees temperature. And it's only just in the last since about 2009. I think prior to 2009, none of my cars had air conditioning. And I think the first car I had with air conditioning was in 2009. So that was the, what was that? What car did I have in 2009? That was a...
Fucking Ford Anglia, knowing you.
No, 2009 was a Ford Focus. It was a Ford Focus.
Had to be a Ford.
Yeah, it was a Ford Focus in 2009. Because I buy a new car every 5 years, and that was a Ford Focus. And that was the first car that I bought with air conditioning. So it was the first car I ever had with air conditioning, blue Ford Focus Estate. That was the first car I had with air conditioning. Now, of course, it's standard. I mean, when I buy cars, I've gone beyond that now. I've gone to climate control, which is dual zone climate control, which is what my
He's
car's
bought a
got at the
fucking
moment.
milk float, a
Yeah.
battery powered
I have bought a milk
car.
float. My car is a hybrid, so I have. Right, okay. So that's what we made of the extreme temperatures, and I didn't stream on Monday because of the extreme temperatures. Good evening, Pankman, over there on YouTube. Good evening to you. I didn't extreme to the I didn't stream because of the extreme temperatures on Monday. Right. Yeah, Death Valley, California. That's what we made of the extreme heat. It was really, really bad. We had some wildfires here. Um, we had some wildfires here, just around the corner from me, actually, in Dartford Heath caught light, and the smell of the wildfires were quite bad here.
A
So,
friend of mine, who I used to work with, her mother lost her house near Norwich.
all right.
That was one of the wildfires.
Uh,
She came up with, well, that was her mother. Which is a shame, really, because it was only like 3 or 4 months ago that she lost her father. So that sort of compounds the issue, really. Quite tragic, really. But that's the thing with these high temperatures now. Um, things are tinder dry. You've only got to have a broken bottle on a piece of glass can cause a fire. I mean, anything like that. Somebody carelessly tossing their fag out the window of the car.
Yeah, you've got to remember, Mickey, that we've got Americans watching, especially on Reddit. So when you talk about tossing a fag, they're getting one idea in their mind, right? And not the same idea that we're getting. And they're thinking the Americans think, hey, there's a British guy here who's tossing a fag.
Throwing a cigarette out of the car window.
If you want to toss off a fag, Mickey, you go for it. But I wouldn't sort of admit it because you've got Americans here, so you've got to be very careful to remember that. So I'll let them picture you tossing a fag. So why do you think you've got the high risk anus over you?
It's better than the dwarf tossing that you do, Steve.
See, they will wonder. They will wonder. My own theory about these wildfires is they're started by people. They're deliberately started by people to I don't know. Maybe they masturbate seeing the fire on television or what they've done. I do think they start them deliberately.
You know what I read the other day is that the fire brigade answered one of these wildfires, and they were being pelted with stones by kids while they're trying to put.
I know.
Absolutely outrageous. What's my favourite American beer? Americans don't make beer; they make dishwater.
I'm drinking Budweiser.
Coors Light. Hey, where's the alcohol in that? Yeah, but technically, Steve, that's not an American beer. It's brewed in Britain.
I know it's brewed in Britain, but we want to. Well, I'm drinking Budweiser at the moment. So there's one. I forget what it's called now. There's a New England IPA, and I forget what it's called now. It's an American beer. Do you know what? It's gone off my head. Gone out of my head. It's got a ship on the front, but I keep thinking of Adnan's Ghost Ship, and it's not. I don't know. Whenever I've been in America, funny enough, I end up drinking German lagers. Sorry, but the American beer is just crap.
I don't like it. I mean, not that I've ever been to America, but the stuff I've had over here, like Coors and Miller and stuff like that, no, don't like it. No. I like a drop of Desperados, though, Steve, with a bit of lime in the top.
I'm not a great lover of Desperados.
No? I like that. Yes, tequila. Tequila. Supposed to be.
Rainbow Beach on YouTube says that I used to live in a house share with a pyromaniac many years ago, and he got so excited about fires. We had a power cut once, and he ran to the pizza place next door to get the boxes to light in the street. And then she says he could barely contain himself. Well, I'm thinking that's how the fag felt when Mickey was tossing him.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So that's my favourite American. If I had to choose an American beer, my favourite one would be Coors. I do enjoy Coors, only because it's actually quite, because it hasn't got the ABV, alcohol by volume is how we measure it. It's generally at the weaker end of the beers, which makes it a bit cheaper. And beer is quite expensive in this country, especially genuine Coors and genuine Miller. So
the stronger the beer, the more you pay for it, though, isn't it, over here?
Yeah.
In a beer tax or something.
That's my favourite beer. My favourite foreign beer, well, foreign to you, but it's not foreign to me. My favourite beer here is a real ale called Old Tracy. Shut up, Rebel Without a Cause.
Rebel Without a Clue.
Woodford's Wherry, which is absolutely a fantastic beer that comes from a little brewery in Norfolk there. But I agree, people do stupid things, and I honestly believe a lot of these wildfires were deliberately started by people attention seeking. I mean, I see it every day on Facebook. I see it on Reddit, but more on Facebook, that people are deliberately attention seeking. I think that's what I think the majority of these wildfires were started like that, Mickey. Don't you?
Yeah, I think they are, but I also think a lot of it, well, not a lot of it, but some of it is caused by people, like I said, broken glass in grass, where they just sling things, and then obviously the sun acts like a magnifying glass on it, doesn't it? Which then can cause fire. But yeah, I think most of it, like you say, is caused deliberately. I mean, a few years back, they set the Yorkshire moors alight, didn't they? And they burnt for days and days, because I think a lot of that is peat up there as well, isn't it? So, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, and it's
but yeah. I don't know what's wrong with them. They must jack themselves off, lighting a fire and watching the old firemen come along. Perhaps they got a thing about firemen in uniform. I don't know. I really can't understand why people do that.
Actually, in that case, we can solve the problem. Guys, look, if you're going to start a fire, you don't have to jack yourself off. If you'd like to wait a minute, Mickey will come along.
Oh, Randy, you're in California, right? I didn't realise you were across that side of the pond.
Because Mickey likes tossing fags, so basically just tell him you're queer, and he'll sort you out. You know, you don't have to masturbate yourself. Just say to Mickey, I'm queer, and he'll sort you out.
I'll give you a reach around, yeah.
Yeah, he'll give you a reach around, yeah. Don't forget the balls, Mickey. Don't forget the balls. But everybody forgets the balls, all right? They don't mind it, but you mustn't forget the balls. It's very important, right? You mustn't forget the balls.
You seem to know a lot more about it than I do, Steve.
Well, that's because I was forever telling one of my wives, right? I've had 2 ex-wives, right? But I won't say which one. But I was forever saying to her, don't forget my balls, because she was always forgetting my balls. Yeah, the old rusty trombone, right? That works, Tracy. That does work. So, I was telling her not to, always forgetting about my balls. Always forgetting about my balls.
Nimril on Twitch said it'll be kids, and I think that's referring to lighting the fires, and I absolutely agree with you. Yes.
Good evening, Nimrol on Twitch. It's nice to have a Twitch viewer. I agree with you, Nimrol. It will be kids, or it will be some sort of crazy.
It's a TikTok thing,
but I basically think kids. Sorry, Mickey.
It's a TikTok thing. Eh? They also do these crazy bloody things, but I mean that fucking thing, as far as I'm concerned, should be banned.
I really don't understand TikTok, right? I look at I'm on TikTok, but I look at it, right, and I just don't understand it. I mean, I have enough trouble with Twitch, right? I mean, no offense to who have we got on Twitch? We've got
Nimril's on Twitch.
Nimril. I don't
on Twitch.
My impression of Twitch is, right, you either play Call of Duty or you're in a bikini licking a microphone. That's my impression of Twitch. But TikTok just
whoa. Licking what? In a bikini?
In a bikini, right? Twitch, right? If you're not playing Call of Duty or Valorian, right, You've got to be wearing a bikini and licking a microphone. Google ASMR.
So you've been watching me before we come on stream.
Oh, yeah. you were in a bikini licking a microphone, were you? Right, okay. Okay, right, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that is about it. That's how it is. Sexy time sells. I agree, Nimrod. Sexy time does sell. I did try like streaming in a bikini and licking a microphone. All I got was arrested. So
what were your decisions political wise in the 80s and 90s? To be fair, back in the 80s and the 90s, I wasn't that politically minded, to be fair, other than I despise Thatcher.
right. I'm confession time. In 1979, I was 19.
Turn me off again, please, Steve.
1979 was the first general election I voted in, right? And it was the general election that returned Margaret Thatcher and the Conservative Party. Mickey, I've lost the audio.
What, from me?
No, you're right. Okay, I thought I'd lost your picture then. All right, I've got you. Right. Yeah. All right, okay, sorry. So in 1971, fuck you on Reddit has asked, what were your decisions political-wise in the 80s and 90s? So he's actually gone to toss a fag, if anybody wants to know what Mickey's up to. So this is why I've insisted he's turned his camera off, because none of us wants to watch him toss a fag. None of us wants to watch him sucking a fag. So fuck you asked what my political decisions were. Well, in 1979, I was 19, and it was the first general election I voted in, which was the Conservative Party. That we put the Conservative Party in power, and I voted Conservative, and I've voted Conservative every single general election since then. Prior to the Conservative Party, Labour were in power, and only those who are alive, and there are a lot of people, now, I'm not really going to get political, but a lot of people really hated Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, but Mickey will confirm, right? Prior to Margaret Thatcher, we had Harold Wilson's Labour government in, and that was a fucking nightmare. Right, we had power cuts, we had rubbish in the streets, we had dead bodies not being collected, we had the unions. Do you remember Red Robbo and the Coventry? Yeah, the car workers, the motorbike workers. The unions damn near brought the United Kingdom to its knees. It really did. And it was all done under the Labour government, and life was absolute hell. And that's why I voted for Margaret Thatcher. And she did what she said she did. She said, I'm going to break the union. She didn't say it in many words. She said, we need to break the unions. I've gone too powerful. And she did. In the end, she went too far. But it's because of her that the unions don't have the power now that they had in the 1970s. And believe me, you don't want to return to the 1970s. If you're a unionist, you've got power, but you don't want to return to from 1972 to 1979. You wouldn't want to live in that period now. So as much as everybody hates Margaret Thatcher, and even you hate her, Mickey, you've got to admit that pre-Thatcher,
the poll tax.
yes,
That's what killed her for me, was the poll tax.
I think she overstepped the mark with the miners. I think once she'd broken the power of the other votes, people like Red Robin and everything else, I think she went too far with the miners. But
I think that was personal against Scargill, you know.
Yeah,
I really do. I think that's why she did it, to prove a point to Scargill. But I think that was absolutely terrible what they did to the miners. Absolutely terrible.
I have to laugh, right? I have to laugh because when Margaret Thatcher died, I remember watching the news and reading the newspapers, and all these people were chanting "Ding Dong, the witch is dead." And I looked at the front covers of these newspapers, and I looked at the people in the crowds, and I thought, none of you were alive when Margaret Thatcher was in power.
No.
So you don't know. They don't know, Mickey. They don't know. No. Before they slate her off, right, and call her, that they don't know. You and I know. 1972 to 1979.
I was in the army most of that time, 75 till 80. So
you were lucky.
Yeah, I was in Germany. I missed most of it.
Oh, I wasn't. I was in this country.
I was fortunate.
Like I said, I remember the 3-day week. I remember the power cuts. I remember dead bodies not being collected. It was an awful time, awful time, and we needed Margaret Thatcher. So fuck you. I hope that's answered your question about what my political decisions were in the 80s and 90s and why I decided to vote.
What did Liz Truss say, Tracy, about her schooling?
She said.
Oh dear. Yeah, yeah, that says it all, Tracy. It says it all about that woman. That says it all.
And I do agree with you, Nimrod. No one at the moment is worth voting for. I mean, it's like currently at the moment we've got Boris Johnson, even though he needs to be gone, he's still our Prime Minister. But I didn't vote for him. In fact, I didn't vote in the general election where he was Prime Minister was 2019. I didn't vote because while that general election was on, I was out of the country in Spain, so I didn't actually vote.
Didn't they fuck your postal vote up, didn't they, Steve?
They messed up my postal vote, yeah. I should have got a postal vote, and they messed it up.
And you're absolutely right, Nimril. Nobody is worth voting for nowadays.
At the moment,
but the point is, if you don't vote, then you can't complain about the government that you've got. Whether you win or lose, if you don't vote, it's a wasted vote, and you can't complain about the people who are in power because you could have done something about it.
But, Nimril, right? We could have a Prime Minister, very soon we could have a Prime Minister who is an anagram of high risk anus.
Yeah, which is me.
Yep, which is great. Fuck you. Fuck you. It says, I can listen to you two talking for so long. You two should start a podcast. The differences you two have is amazing.
That's because he's a southern wanker. And
he's a northern tosser. He's a northern fag tosser.
Yeah, exactly.
Except you come from East Anglia, so northern.
Well, actually, I come from Worcestershire, Steve, but I've been down here so long, you might as well.
Oh, okay, sorry. He's a carrot cruncher.
That's what they call Suffolk people, yeah, carrot crunchers.
He's a carrot cruncher. Yeah.
Tractor boys, isn't
it? Southern pansies and northern monkeys. You're not wrong. But I mean, Micky's up there in East Anglia. I'm down here in London. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's like London, and then there's the rest of it. Tracy, Rainbow Beach, and Pankman is down here in London. It's London. It's like there's London, and there's the rest of the world. So that's as far as I'm concerned, London is the centre of the known universe, and that new James Webb Telescope will prove that London is the centre of the known universe.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being northern, Nimril. You've got quite some good things. You've got black pudding. You've got pigeon fancying.
Now that could be fancy
for our American friends, right? For our American friends, right? Pigeon fancying is as bad as fag tossing.
It is.
Right, okay. Pigeon fancying is as bad as fag tossing. What else have they got up north? They've got Liverpool.
Oh my, yeah, well, yeah, home of the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, Liverpool.
They've also got the M6 on the way out.
Yeah, they've got the M6 toll. No, that's the Midlands. That's not really up north. Well, they've got the Angel of the North.
Yeah. I think I've only ever driven past there once, up on the A1, isn't it? A1 Mall.
Yeah, they've got whippets on that. They've got Tracy's right. They've got whippets up north.
Yeah, ferret humpling, whipping, wangling. Yeah, absolutely right.
Sparkling clogs. They say A up a lot.
Is it welly wanging, isn't it? Or is that down from the
I'm trying to think what else they've got up north. Come on, Nimrod, help us. What else have we got up north? I know we're really selling it. What else have we got up north? You know, it's, rain.
Oh,
They've got rain.
Yorkshire pudding, that's it. Yorkshire pud.
Rain. They have rain up north. They have rain and unemployment.
Yeah. They got Blackpool, mate. Blackpool.
Yeah, Blackpool.
My God.
That's like Brighton on diazepam.
Gravy on chips, yeah. Oh, it's Scottish that fry the Mars bars, isn't it? I was going to say fried Mars bars, but that's Scotland, which is even further north, isn't it?
Can I just fuck you? I'm actually recording this broadcast, and I'm going to release it as a podcast. So I'm actually going to release the audio from today as a podcast. So you should be able to hear it on my podcast, and I've got a URL for it. So if that helps you, right? While we're here, look, while we're here, would any of you, my friend T Mac, I wonder where my friend T Mac is. I'm hoping to get some of it. Were any of you interested in being a special guest on my stream, like Micky is? I know, Rainbow Beaches.
And she keeps saying she is, but she keeps bottling it.
She's a bottler. She's a bottler, Micky.
I think she's talking out of her arse half the time.
No, she's a bottler.
Keeps saying she's coming and keeps bottling it.
She's a low risk anus.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a bottler. So I keep saying it's like Nigel Farage's love child. Fuck knows what's happened to him. He so desperately wanted to be a guest, and then I had him on as a guest, and it was. He's
never come back.
Tracy, you really shouldn't talk about your husband like that. Good evening, Mad Mark over there on Twitch. I'd quite happily have you on as a guest. I can't at the moment. I used to do a stream from a pub on Sundays, but I can't at the moment because the COVID rates have gone through the roof. So I've had to come back indoors again. So I can't even go out to the pub on Sunday. Once the COVID rates have come down, Mark, you're only you're in Lewisham, you're 7 miles away from me. Come with me on a Sunday night. Come to the pub with me on a Sunday night, and we'll do a stream together from the pub. If you're interested in doing that, Mark, we can stream together.
You can watch him trying to get on the bus and chucking his Chinese all over the floor. And
oh yeah, I didn't throw my Chinese over the floor. What it was is I had it hanging on the side of my wheelchair. And I forgot about it, and when I went in the door, it got caught on the door handle, and it just went on the floor. Yeah, I've got Mark. I've got a great little micro pub just around the corner from me, the Cockpit, and it really Google it, the Cockpit Chiselers. It really serves some gorgeous craft ales. But like I say, at the moment, because the COVID rates have gone through the roof, I'm back to staying indoors again. So I really can't. I really can't go out doing the pub. Which is why I'm not doing my pub stream. I mean, my pub stream was getting 400,000 viewers. Can you believe that, Mark? 400,000 viewers watching my pub stream. I was like, wow.
On Sundays. Know what we've done about.
And I'm going to try and do it from a Wetherspoons. What we should do, Mark, is we should do it from a Wetherspoons. Because we do it from a Wetherspoons, right?
Get me up before
they can all get the app.
Thank you.
And they can buy us drinks. They should buy drinks. Yeah. Fuck you. The VOD of this stream is available on my YouTube. So you can watch it at any time. You can go back and watch any of my previous streams. So if I give you the URL for my YouTube, which is here, you can go back and watch any of my. You can go back and watch any of my. I'm not sure if that's come out already. Yes, it has. All my streams, the VOD. For those that don't know, VOD, VOD means video on demand. So you can all go out. You can all go out and watch any of my past streams. All of my past streams are on my YouTube, so you can do exactly that. You can watch me while listening to you. You can watch some of my previous streams. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, so uh, it's already there. Fuck you. So also Twitch. Twitch stores a VOD of all of these streams, and keeps them on for 90 days because I've got Amazon Prime. The VOD of this stream will be on Twitch for 90 days, so you get catch it there. But YouTube on YouTube, which is what I've just given you, I'll just put it up there for the other people. So this YouTube URL, you'll find VODs, video on demand, of all of my streams going back to the very first day when I started streaming. Are all on my YouTube channel. Um, yeah, Mad Mark, Reddit. I was getting 400,000 viewers on Reddit, but Reddit have changed things now, and you can't get that many viewers now because Reddit have made a big change because they're trying to get away from video on demand, which has annoyed a lot of people. But when you're getting when you're getting 400,000 people on Reddit, and I was hitting that number quite regularly, so it was phenomenal. But to give you an example, I mean, at the moment, Mark, I'm streaming on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Reddit. I'm streaming on four channels at the moment. I can do that because I'm not a Twitch affiliate, so I don't have to worry about that. To give you an example, I've got 4 people watching me on YouTube. I've got no one watching me on Facebook. I've got 2 people watching me on Twitch, and I've got 13 watching me on Reddit at the moment. However, I've had in total, I've had 479 people dropping in and out on Reddit since the stream started. But it is a good, it is interesting Reddit to say the least. I certainly get more interaction from Reddit, Mark, than I do from YouTube or Twitch. Apart from the people that I know, like Tracy. Yeah, Tracy. By the way, Tracy, he hasn't noticed yet. By the way,
I have. I
oh right, you
noticed
have,
quite
mate.
a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's true. You admitted it.
I did. I did. I'm not ashamed.
You admitted it. And as you know, we have the technology here to do things like that, to change things like that. So there we go. So yeah. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should do. Although at the moment I'm going to be releasing on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be releasing a video a week. And the video, apart from the VODs video demand of my streams, I am going to be doing a beginner to masterclass on Davinci Resolve.
Do
Because of
what?
something. Davinci Resolve. It's a video editing program.
Oh, right.
I personally use Premiere Pro, but Davinci Resolve is a video editing program, and it's absolutely free, and it's cross-platform. It's cross. You can use it on Windows, Linux, or Mac PCs. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's absolutely free, and it's a very very powerful program. So I'm going to be running from beginners to masterclass on Davinci Resolve, only because of.
Whatever
Sorry,
happened to
Mickey?
your model building?
I'm still doing the model building. I'm still doing. At the
No, but you're
moment.
not doing the bloody videos anymore. You got
Yeah,
half an hour of
I am. I am. At the moment, I'm building a.
You were doing a battleship for fucking years.
Yeah, it takes me a long time because I like to get it right. I'm building an M24 Chaffee tank. When I finish the M24 Chaffee tank, I'm going to be building your one.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was you got me. That's next on my list after that. But these models take me a long time because I like to take my time and do them. In fact, I've got like something like 150 hours of video that I've got to edit down because I'm recording from 3 cameras. I've got to edit down to show you, but just to show you that I'm actually doing it. Let me just add some video. And I can actually show you that I'm actually doing it. So let me just add the video. Bear with me. Where the fuck am I? There we go. Look. Right, I said that. Oh, where the fuck am I? Right, let's run that. That should run. That should start to run. Why isn't that running? Okay, I've done something wrong here. Hang on. I restart playback, but it becomes active MP4 speed auto blind linear. I don't know why that particular MP4 isn't running, so let's just try another MP4. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
running.
there
It's
it
running.
is,
It's
yeah.
running. There it is. It's running. Right. Okay. So we'll have that. We'll have that running. And that just shows you that I'm actually doing it, Mickey. Let me just make it into a small screen between us. There we go. So the people on Reddit could do it. So we'll let that play along while we're doing it. That gives you an idea that I've actually got the footage, but I haven't actually got round to editing it yet. It is very complicated to edit, but that's what I'm building at the moment. An M24 Chaffee tank, and it does. I like to take my time over it. I spend about an hour on a Sunday building one of these models, and I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy it indeed. Doing that. But Mark on Twitter. Do we agree that that is actually a date? This is something we're going to do as soon as I can go out to a pub again. Do you fancy? Do you fancy meeting me at my local? They don't have an app, so getting people to buy us a drink will not be a good idea. But we can definitely do it from the pub. And I'd quite happily do it. And I'm literally, what am I, 5-6 miles from you? Get an Uber. Um, and if you're interested in doing that, we could do that. Otherwise, if you'd like to appear on my stream, like Mickey is, just let me know and PM me or give me a poke, and I'm sure we can do that at at one time. But yeah, Tracy. Oh, right, okay, Mark. Yeah, well, as soon as I can get back out again, I will do. But it needs the COVID figures to come down a bit. They're still too high at the moment. But yeah, we'll do that, Mark. For those that don't know, I met Mark streaming. He's a nice guy. He was actually playing games, but now he's an IRL streamer. So I'm sure. Right, old Climate 5302 there on
That's
Twitch.
me.
Is that you, Mickey?
Yeah.
Old Climate.
That's one of them Reddit gave you names. I don't know if I can change it or what, but that is me.
No, you can't change it.
No.
Can't change it. Once you be given, you can only change it when you first log on. So once you log on, you can't change it. But there you go, Mickey. See, I am building the model, but you can see how long it takes me to do them.
Yeah.
It does take a lot of time. And I've got 3 cameras recording it. I've got an overhead camera. I've got a chest camera, one camera at my chest level recording it, and one camera at the front level recording it. So I've got, if I spend an hour making a model on a Sunday, that actually gives me 3 hours of footage, and that 3 hours of footage has to be edited down, which is why a lot of people, a couple of people see my videos, they've asked about my techniques. I've just done a video because what they've asked, how do I do this? And so I've decided to start doing tutorials, starting from the grassroots, very beginning, right at the bottom with Davinci Resolve, going right up to the level where I am, where I know the program inside out, to be able to do things. Because what they've asked me about is, let's just kill that. What they've asked me about is, I made a video the other day on my 360-degree camera because of the difficulties I've been having on London buses. Would you like to see that film?
What?
Well, you know, don't all rush at once to don't all rush at once to let me know. Um, for those that don't know, I'm actually I'm actually disabled, and I use a wheelchair. And as a wheelchair user, because of COVID, I was stuck indoors for a long time. So I never got to use my wheelchair when I was out and about. And it's only just recently, when the COVID rates came down, that I was able to get out and about in my wheelchair. However, the COVID rates have gone back up again, so I've not been able to go up in my wheelchair. But what I'll do is I actually desperately need a piss. So I'm gonna.
I watched your video about you with the difference between a single and a double-decker bus.
That's the video I'm going to play. That's the video I'm going to play in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it in a minute. I've just got to gear it up, so you'll have to bear with me because I'm not geared up for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video while I'm actually going to the toilet. So a couple of people see my video and they said to me, "Well, how do you edit this? How do you edit that?" And I thought, rather than explain it to them, what I would do is I'll do a masterclass on, because I edit it all in Davinci Resolve, and I do a masterclass on that. So that's where I'm going for the next few weeks while I'm still stuck indoors with the COVID. I'm going to teach people how to use Davinci Resolve right from the very basics all the way up to the advanced level. And I've got the first one ready to go. It's almost finished now. I just got to do some minor technical adjustments on the green screen to be able to the first one going. And I'm going to do one of those a week. If you watch it, it's going to take people from absolute beginners level, people who've got no knowledge of editing software at all, right up to the ability to be able to produce quality videos with everything you need in. If that makes sense, what I'm talking about, does it?
Yeah, yeah. You get it free and a paid version of that, apparently.
Sorry?
I said you get a free and a paid version of that.
You only need the free version, right? The difference, as far as you're concerned, right, with Davinci Resolve, right, as far as you're concerned, the paid version, the free version will only do up to 4K resolution.
Right, which is good enough.
The paid version, but yeah, the free version is good enough for 99.9% of the people. I mean, everything I do on the free version of Davinci Resolve. Because it is that good. So it's the free version. And I've got the first one of those ready to go, and I'm hoping to release it tomorrow. And then I'm going to do it one a week, showing people how they can make their own videos, right from the very basics. This first one is just on editing and cutting video. The next one will be on adding opening and closing titles. And then I'll show you how to do fades, how to do transitions, how to do add special effects, how to replace the audio, how to do a voiceover, how to do special effects, including green screen, and everything else. So I'm going to take people right from the very basics right up to the masterclass of Davinci Resolve. The reason I like Davinci Resolve is I also paid for Adobe. So I've got Premiere Pro, which is the Adobe version of Resolve, and I've also got After Effects. Now, After Effects is the special graphical part of the video, and you use two programs, and they're paid and they're very expensive. But Davinci does what these two programs separately do in one, and it does it for free. So a lot of the things that you can do in After Effects, you can do in Davinci Resolve, and it will take people through all of that. But that's weeks down the line. And I agree, most screens can't handle more than 4K, which is why I only ever produce work in 4K. But that's where my interests are in the next few months, producing that for Davinci Resolve. Plus, I'll still be producing the streams and the occasional videos about everything else. But I'm heading towards this masterclass in Davinci Resolve at the moment. That's where I'm going. Right, sorry. Milk steak jelly beans. It says, why do you have a slur? Probably because I've got a false teeth in. Either because I've got a false teeth in, or it's because I had too much to drink. Other than that, I didn't think I had a slur.
No.
I am British. Yeah, you're right, Randy and the Reynolds. I am British. I'm proud of it too. Love being British. It's probably because I've got the false teeth in. If I take the false teeth out, I won't have a slur, but then you've got to look at the gaps on the side of my face, which I don't find very attractive. Yeah. The last. Oh, hello. Good evening, Neatpeg. Good evening, Neatpeg. You've actually got my face in high definition now. This is going out in 4K, so you've got my face. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, no, you're not. You're on Twitch. Twitch is only 1080p. But if you're on YouTube, you get me in 4K. So I can go out. I've actually got a Sony. The camera I'm on at the moment is a Sony ZV-1, which I think I can go out in a much higher than that. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I had somebody the other week tell me that I had the perfect face for radio, and I laughed at that because I thought that was a classic insult. So we're doing all right, Neeped. We're doing all right. Thank you for the coffee. I've been drinking. I was thinking of you yesterday. Neeped bought me. Neeped went through my Amazon. If you look at my link tree, you find my Amazon wishlist on there. And Neeped bought me some coffee from my Amazon wishlist, and it's actually really nice coffee, and I've been drinking it all this week. So once again, Neeped, who's up there in Scotland, thank you for that. Yeah, so I don't think we're actually slurring. We're British, yeah. I'm British. Are you British, Mickey?
Last time I looked, I was English. Yeah.
Yep. I'm British. Oh, I'm English and British. Yeah. So we can both be like that. Right. Let me just see if I can pull that video up, and I will show it to you while I'm going toilet. So
show us that. What this is Steve being a bus wanker.
Yeah, this is me being a bus wanker. You're not wrong. This is me being a rock wrong.
Hey, I've got my bus pass now. Actually,
you got your bus pass, have you?
I have. Yes.
Oh no.
I don't know if I'll use it down your end. No.
Oh no.
You want to turn your camera off, mate, before you stand up?
I'm fairly new to the world of wheelchairs. In fact, I've only been in a wheelchair since the start of the COVID pandemic. It's amazing.
There's no sound, Steve.
My disability, I needed a wheelchair, coincided with the start of the COVID pandemic. Now, because I have a blood cancer, I'm extremely immunocompromised, which has meant throughout the whole of the COVID pandemic, I've been indoors shielding, so I haven't had much chance to get out and about using my wheelchair.
You can't for 2
years, all I've really been doing is using it to go to and from medical appointments.
It's going out.
I've had 5 vaccinations, 3 primary and 2 boosters. Plus, currently we have a very or a less virulent strain of COVID. I've started to go back out again, and because I've started to go back out again, even though I've had my wheelchair for 2 years, I'm starting to experience some of the good things and the bad things about being a wheelchair user. In this video, I'm going to show you the wheelchair user's perspective of getting on and off London's TfL buses. We're going to do 2 buses. We're going to do a single deck bus and a double deck bus, and you can see the good and the bad sides of it. wheels on the back. Did it go?
I told him there was no sound coming through on Reddit, but he didn't listen to me. You know what he's like.
That was using the single-decker bus. There were a couple of problems doing that, the biggest one being that the turning space that I've got to turn my wheelchair around inside the bus isn't large enough for me to be able to back my wheelchair in. What you're supposed to do on these buses is you're supposed to back your wheelchair in so the back of the wheelchair is resting up against the stand, the padded stand that the buses have, that so that you're facing the opposite direction of travel. But I can't do that. I can't turn my wheelchair enough to get it in backwards, so I have to go in forwards at a sort of slight angle. It's not really meant for powered wheelchairs or mobility scooters. I mean, in a manual wheelchair, I suspect you could do it, but in an electric wheelchair like mine, they're not really designed for it. The other problem I had was people. And if you notice, when I go to get off the bus, what they do is they all crowd around the entrance as soon as the bus pulls up, desperate to get on, and the driver was waving them away, and also a passenger was waving away, and it took them a couple of seconds to work out what that beeping noise was and what it meant. Eventually they cottoned on that the ramp was going to be deployed, so they backed off and allowed the ramp to be deployed. Another problem I had on the bus was the driver didn't lower the height of the bus enough. The ramp should be flat to allow me to get access on, but because she didn't lower the height of the bus enough, it was actually at quite an acute angle. I must admit, I didn't notice it until I started to go up the ramp. As soon as the front wheels of my wheelchair came off of the ramp, I immediately felt myself tipping backwards. Now, luckily enough, my wheelchair does have anti-tip wheels on it, but
Reddit, I'm really sorry that these are the videos that I'm talking about. These are the videos that the guy. That's why I started off doing the Davinci Resolve masterclasses, because the guys asked me what I used to make that video with, and I basically said it was Davinci Resolve. So that's the video I started off. I had some audio problems there, especially on Reddit, trying to get it to come across on Reddit. But that's because I'm streaming on 4 different channels at the same time. So it's getting a bit complicated. I've got to sit down and work it out. I tried to do that live, and that didn't work too well. So I'm really sorry about that. It was muted, so that didn't work too well at all. Unjab Cracker, yeah. The reason that says I toss fact is because earlier on we were talking about wildfires, and Mickey confirmed that wildfires have been started by people tossing fact, and he admitted that he tossed fact. So I thought I would put that out there for him, that he tosses fact.
I don't toss fags out my car window.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, dogging. That's called dogging. Okay. He tosses fags out of his car window. Now, that's called dogging in this country. Now, obviously, I know that this stream goes out to America as well as the UK. Now, in the UK, I toss fags out of my car window means one thing. In the United States, I toss fags out of my car window means something completely different. Right? And there's no connection between the two. So I thought I would put up there, I toss fags, because that's what he does. He tosses fags. So if you're a fag, you need to toss
out of my car window.
Mickey. Yeah. If you're in a car, wind your window down and he'll toss you. I hope that's clarified that with it. What is it? George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw, one of Britain's greatest novelists, actually said, "Britain and America, two great peoples divided by a common language."
Exactly that.
Exactly that. Yeah, I'm sure it was George Bernard Shaw. Was it?
I don't know who it was.
It might have been Oscar
Mark
Wilde.
Twain, somebody on, I know.
It sounds like George Bernard Shaw. Two mighty people divided by a common language. So, if that explains, does that explain it? Punjabi cracker. I mean, Punjabi cracker probably means something in the United States completely different to what it means in this country. I don't know. Ask him yourself, Neepe. Ask him yourself. Mickey, are you picky?
No, not really. Anything for cash.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, anything for cash, yeah. So yeah, Punjabi cracker means Punjabi cracker probably means something completely different to America than it means in the United Kingdom. So I don't want to explore that any further, because what it means in the United Kingdom may be something completely different. It was George Bernard Shaw. See, look at that, eh? Who fucking needs Google when I remember shit like that off the top of my head? Huh. Cracker is American slang for white person. Rather like we used to use the N word to describe black people. Cracker was used to describe white people. In America, in Britain, it means you're a biscuit. So, but in America, it basically meant you're a white person. So, work it out from there. I'll leave you to work it out from there.
What does what mean? I toss fags.
No, cracker.
No, that's what. Punjabi crackers asked, what does that mean?
Were you listening, Mickey? Were you listening?
Yes, I was listening, but I'm
all right, are you sure?
I'm reading the question that Punjabi crackers put. What does it mean?
What does it mean? I've just told you. In America, it means one thing. He does, doesn't he, Madmar? He does. He does look like Noel Edmonds. You're right.
Thank you.
He's older than me, by the way. He's like 20 years. I think he's 87, he's Mickey. I'm sure he's 87. Or he's 88, I'm sure. One of the two.
66. 66.
Me, definitely older. 4 years older than me. I'm actually 21, but I've had a really hard life.
Fucking real hard life, mate. Real hard life.
Yeah, real hard life.
No, you need to turn me off again.
Yeah. Right, hang on, Mickey. I'll do that now. It's not hard to turn you off. 2 girls and 1 cup. I bet that turns you right off. I bet that's turned you right off. Oh. Yeah, it was a hard pain. I'll tell you what. Actually, I better turn off I toss fags, because it looks like that's me now. So, yeah. Punjabi cracker wants to know where has he been. Can you clarify that a bit more, Punjabi? Punjabi cracker on Reddit there said, where's he been? Where's who been? Me or Mickey, and in what context? Please, if you wouldn't mind. And Rainbow Beach, I did have a paper round as a kid. I had a paper round as a kid, and I discovered on my paper round H&E magazine. Do you remember that? Health and Efficiency magazine. Do you remember that, Mickey? H&E. Yeah. Yeah, I used I used to deliver that. My paper round, right, when H&E came out at the end of the month, my paper round would suddenly take 5 hours and I'd turn up at school absolutely knackered. Absolutely knackered. Absolutely knackered and severely dehydrated. No, we're not compared to what we see nowadays on the internet. We're talking about 2 girls and 1 cup again, aren't we? Oh yeah. Right. Attention, right, everybody, stop what you're doing, right? On Reddit, Twitch, Facebook, right? Everybody, stop what you're doing and Google this, all right? This is something that you need to Google this, right? You really need to Google this. So bear with me. All right, stop what you're doing and Google this. All right, you really need to Google that. No, you don't need to Google that because I spelled that incorrect. I spelled that wrongly. And incorrectly. Right, there you go. To understand what we're talking about, you need to Google this. I warn you now, right? If you've got a sensitive nature, do not Google this. Do not Google that. If you have a sensitive nature, do not Google it. All right? If you're sensitive, do not Google it. If you've led a very sheltered life, do not Google it. All right? If you live north of Watford and you think pigeon fancying is pornography, do not Google it. Okay? So, Punjabi Cracker, do you want to explain what you mean by where has he been? Your remark has left me think. Mark, stop googling it. I know what, right? Mad Mark is googling it, and Meathead, Mad Mark, and Meathead are googling it. Oh, Meathead's got it in his favourites. That is really weird, right? That is really weird. Right, but Mad Mark is googling it. I know he is. Yeah, see, Rainbow Beach has gone for a toilet break. She's Googled it. Well, I know what she's doing. She's got to find a cup. She's got to find a cup. You've got to find a cup, haven't you? You've got to find a plastic cup, haven't you? Yep, all right. Yeah, yeah, I know, Punjabi Cracker. There's some things you can't. I Googled it by mistake because when my mate said to me, Google this, I Googled it by mistake, right? And I actually felt physically sick, which is really bad because the second half of the film is about sick, and it just made me feel even sicker. Yeah. It was so bad I had to watch it 5 times. Oh. Yeah. Oh. The overriding thing, right, after watching it, I'm not full of shit, right? It's not me that's full of shit, maybe. The overriding thing that came out of that thing, right? Once I Googled 2 girls and 1 cup, the overriding thing that came out of it is I actually felt sorry for her dentist. I actually thought, Mickey, you've gone. Oh, no, you haven't. Do you want your video back? All right. I actually felt sorry for her dentist. At the end of the I actually felt sorry. I mean, can you imagine her dentist? Are you taking care of your teeth? Yeah. Are you eating properly? Yeah. Just, oh. But there we go. 5 times. 5 times I Googled it by mistake. You ready, Mickey? Oh, not quite.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Mickey's back. That's right. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so it's just some things you can't unsee, and that's one of the ones you can't unsee. 2 girls got to do what 2 girls got to do. Just MFX Productions for anybody that's interested. By the way, they've got a website, MFX Productions. You think that it was ice cream or Punjabi Cracker? Punjabi Cracker. Have you actually seen? If you've actually ever seen 2 girls and one cup, right? I can guarantee there's no way that could be faked. That could not be fake. No way. So don't Google it, but it couldn't be fake, could it, Mickey?
No. I'm just reading that they now put Liz Truss ahead in the race for the Premiership.
Liz Truss is giving head?
Yes, in the Premiership race. Yeah. I don't know if she's giving head too, but yeah.
How's Arsenal doing?
I don't know.
We should the Premiership race.
Yeah. Well, then look, if it's a Premiership race, they're not doing very fucking well, are they?
Hey? I don't know why I asked about Arsenal. I'm a West Ham supporter.
Same colours as my team, but wrong part of the country. I certainly don't think it was a pudding. Certainly wasn't a pudding in that cup.
I actually fancy Penny. I actually fancy Penny more than. I thought she was quite sexy. However, as people know me, like people
you got low standards.
I've got this real thing about Nicola Sturgeon. You know, I'd like to drag her into my bedroom, throw her onto the bed, and say, "Bite pillow, bitch," and give her a good seeing to. That's just me. But I've got this thing about Nicola Sturgeon. So.
Jimmy Cranky.
Yeah, Nicola Sturgeon.
Yeah, Jimmy Cranky.
Oh, yeah, I think she's really sexy. God, I mean. Well, I happen to know she is because, like I said last time, there's a super injunction she's taken out that prevented journalists from talking about
her sexuality.
Her sexuality.
Yeah.
She's like Tracy. She's trisexual.
Try anything once.
Well, no, try anything 10 times. But journalists, 10 times and more if she likes it. But journalists aren't allowed to talk about it because she's got a super injunction out, so you can't mention the fact that she swings both ways. She bats for both teams, but I can because they can sue me because I've got fuck all. Liz Truss sent a message to a friend about, is that liking or licking? Sorry, Liz.
Liking the bum stuff, but it was the wrong person.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So.
I said she was an arsehole.
So yeah, we've got that. We've got. Liz Truss sounds like some sort of BDSM implement, doesn't it?
It does really, yeah.
What do you think about it, right? What do you think about it, right? You know, it's
that's right on Tracy Street, isn't it?
Do you fancy coming round to my place and I'll lash you up in a Liz Truss? We can play 50 Shades of Grey. Mickey, you've been asked a question on
Reddit.
Yeah.
You boys use the blue chew. What the fuck is that?
Viagra.
Oh no, Doug, I don't need that. What do I want that for? Huh? Oh, bloody, you think I'm old?
I'll answer the question. I've actually got stage 3 cancer, stage 3 blood cancer, and I'm on some very powerful medication. And unfortunately, one of the things that this medication has robbed me of is my sex life. So even with Viagra, the only way that I could get my dick to stay hard is to stick it in the freezer for an hour beforehand. Does that answer you? It's not the answer you were expecting, but does that answer your question? So, and I really have got stage 3 blood cancer. As anybody who knows me will tell you. So my sex life is non-existent, I'm afraid, because of the medication I'm on. It's absolutely destroyed it. But there we go. Yeah, King for freezer action. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The other problem, as we discussed last week, the other problem I have with Viagra is even when I'm not on powerful medication, I never get it in the little hole down there.
No,
how do people manage to get it in that little hole?
Oh, no idea, mate.
Oh, right, okay. So,
but that's all right if you're going to toss a fag. I mean, you shove it. Mate. You shove it at the other end.
Yeah. If you enjoy tossing fags, yeah, why not? I'm just going through the YouTube chat to see if Tracy's had more posts. More posts banned. No.
No, she deleted a few.
Yeah, she slams her knob in the fridge. Does Andrew know that you talk about him like that, Tracy?
I think Andrew was on here the other week, wasn't he?
He's on here now.
Oh,
Andrew, do you see what Tracy's saying about you? Look,
yeah.
He just said I slammed my knob in the fridge. He's talking about you, Andrew. That's Tracy's husband. You know, he's talking about him. Oh, yeah, yeah, yep. I had my sense of humour. I have to have my sense of humour. It's my defence mechanism. Yeah, I know Andrew enjoys a good slam in the fridge. I've heard that about him. Fridge, fan heater, blender, any electrical appliance really. If it buzzes, he's game for. Mickey likes tossing fags. Andrew likes electrical appliances.
Fuck's sake, stay away from the Hoover.
Yeah. Hoovers, yeah, that's fine, you know.
They leave a little round bruise, you know, when you use Hoover.
Yeah.
They suck the old. Oh dear.
Right.
Not that I've ever tried it, like. You know.
I'll tell you what, Tracy. Right, given his predilection for electrical appliances, the best thing you could do is buy him a RoboVac. Buy him a RoboVac.
I said Hoover, not Uber.
Yeah, buy him a RoboVac. That'll keep him happy.
He can ride that all day.
Yeah, he'll never leave the bedroom. Just buy him a RoboVac. He'll never leave his bedroom. Oh, yes, Punjabi cracker. I still have my sense of humour. RoboVac, right? RoboVac. Look, I'll type it in. RoboVac, like a Roomba. Yes, RoboVac. Yes. There you go, RoboVac. There you go. Buy him a RoboVac, and he'll stay. He'll keep him quite happy, for God's sake. Yeah. Yeah. See, he was actually clearing the ice out of the freezer. You see, he's ready for. Yes, Punjabi cracker. I still have. Good night, Mark. We'll see you soon. Hopefully, the COVID rates will soon come down. I will find you when I can go back out again.
Yeah, take it easy, Mark.
I will hold you to streaming with me on a Sunday night from the pub. I'm holding you for that, all right, Mark?
That'll be fun. I can sit on the chat then and take the piss instead of actually being here.
Sorry, Mickey?
I said I can sit in the chat and take the piss instead of being on here when you get down the pub. That'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah, well. So, cheers, Mark. Speak to you later. I'm going to be going in about 10 minutes anyway, so... Meathead. I'm 62. Mickey is 87. What the fuck do we know about condoms? I mean, I had the chop in I had the snip in 1991. What the fuck do I know about condoms? I think the last time I wore a condom was 1976. What the fuck do I know about condoms? What the fuck do I know about condoms? Mickey, what do you know about condoms?
Well, I know that you wear them on your head when you go out in the rain to keep that bald head of yours dry, but other than that, not a lot, really.
I don't think we had barcodes in 1976, Neepy. I really don't think we had barcodes. Like I seriously haven't used a condom since 1976. I had the chop in the 1990. I had the chop specifically so I wouldn't have to wear condoms. So I don't need it. And contrary to popular belief, I'm actually quite fussy about where I park which garage I park my car in. But yeah, tell us about the barcodes on condoms.
I had the chop after our second was born because Donna had a problem with oral contraception. It was a choice, either she was sterilised and it was just easier for me to have it done rather than her, to be fair. So that's what we did.
That's sort of what we did, Mickey. My then wife, my first wife, she'd been on the pill for something like 12 years. Yeah. And at the time, there was a big thing in the media that if if you've been on the pill long term, the risk of cancer increased. So I said that it will be easy. By that time, I'd had 4 kids. And I mean, when you've got 4 kids, you really don't need any more.
You don't need any more after 2, mate.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I had 2, and then I had 2 more in case I needed a kidney.
Well, yeah, there is that, yeah.
So, but I decided it was easier for me to have the chop. What I didn't know, of course, is while I was in hospital having a chop, she was back at my house bonking my best friend. So that was a bit of a shock when I discovered that she'd been having an affair with my best friend, and out of consideration for her, I decided to have the chop. But it doesn't really matter. I'd have had the chop anyway. But like I say, that was my first wife. She's my ex-wife, and that's the reason why. Well, there we go. That was 32 years ago. Funny, do you know, I've never cheated on a partner I've been with.
No, no, mate.
Never cheated.
No, mate.
Never cheated. I fucked like a rabbit on steroids when I hadn't been with anybody. Been around people that I'm with. But do you know what? In my life, there's been quite a few regrets. Knowing what I know now and knowing what I know about my 2 ex-wives, there have been plenty of opportunities when I could have cheated and I should have cheated, and I desperately regret not cheating. Does that sound bad?
No, not really, no. It's not nothing I ever really thought about. I mean, I've been with Donna, 37 years.
No.
You know, but I'm quite happy as we are.
Mate, I got married to my second wife, Jubby Cracker, right? And it's not a case of getting drunk and sleeping with a scary bird, right? I got married to my second wife, which is more a case of getting stoned and sleeping with a scary bird. I ended up marrying her.
Yeah.
So, don't, Mickey, you know who my second wife is, so we
I
won't.
do, yeah, but I shan't.
We won't go any further than
that.
No.
No.
But to answer your question, Punjabi Cracker, I was 16 in 1976. That may not mean anything to you, but Mickey will understand when I say this, right? In 1976, the pill had come out in the 1960s, the late 1960s, and it was just getting round amongst young women as the contraceptive of choice. Well, towards the mid-70s, about 1974, 1975, 1976 onwards, an amazing discovery was made about the pill. And the amazing discovery that was made about the pill was it regulated your periods.
Yep.
Yeah? So there was a whole plethora of teenage girls that wanted to fuck from about 1974 to 1977 that actually went to the doctors and said, "Doctor, my periods are irregular." Now, because the doctor was prescribing the pill for irregular periods, the doctor was on no obligation to tell the girls pregnant, to tell the girls parents.
Yeah.
But we all know different, don't we, Mickey?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We know exactly why the girls were going to the doctors, don't we?
3 weeks a month, mate. They were all right.
Yeah, they were going to the doctors for purely the contraceptive reasons. So, from about 1974, I mean, I lost my virginity in 1974. I was 14. I lost it to a 13-year-old, which I'm comfortable with because we were both very young. I mean, if I do it, it was not a problem. Obviously illegal, but it wasn't like paedophilia because I was 14, she was 13, nearly 14. For that reason. So that was the 1970s. So from 1974 until 1979, when I settled down and got married, I was getting drunk and sleeping with lots of scary birds. I have lost count of the number of scary birds I slept with. Basically, if it had a pulse, I slept with it. And if you'd have had Robovax then, I'd have slept with them. But yeah, I did a lot of sleeping around in the from 1974 to 1979 because of the situation I've just explained. I did a lot of sleeping around. I stopped in 1979. The reason I stopped sleeping around in 1979 is because that was when STIs like AIDS and HIV started to become prevalent. So I knew that there was a risk. So we all stopped sleeping around. But for 5-6 years there, it was an orgy of, if it had a pulse, fuck it. If you know what I mean, Mickey. You know what I mean, don't you?
Exactly, you know what you mean. Yeah, I think we were all on the same page in those days. Although I'm, let's say, 4 years old. In '76, I was in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
While you were.
Yeah, well, in Northern Ireland, if you were in the army in Northern Ireland, you were getting fucked in a totally different way.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I know exactly. Well, from earlier than that, from before I joined the army, I think the pill thing went back a little earlier than you'd think. Back probably to 73, 74.
I can only talk about my own personal experience, Mickey, because in 1972 I was 12. You know, then I just thought it was stirring my tea with.
Well,
so it was stirring
that's
my
all
tea
you do it now. Just you dip it in and see what temperature tea is now, don't you? I think something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Tracy was 4 and hating her sister in 1976. Nothing's changed. I've seen your Facebook. Nothing's changed then. Good evening, DJ Bullshit P. Sorry, I did see you there. Do you want me to shut you off, Mickey?
Yeah, you can do, please, for a minute or two.
Just cutting Mickey off so he can have a cigarette, right? There we go. Just cutting Mickey off so he can have a cigarette. So I can tell you now that they were different times. If that answers your question. Punjab Cracker asks on Punjab Cracker on Reddit. By the way, the reason we're getting these odd questions on Reddit, Mickey, is because I've put AMA at the end of the Reddit stream, which means ask me anything. So that's what they're doing. So he's actually asked me anything. So I'm just going to answer your question in a second. Which is, do you want to do any LSD or shrooms? No and no, but from 1975 up until 2019, I smoked cannabis. I smoked at least 2 joints a day. You'll notice I don't smoke at the moment. You'll notice that Mickey's smoking, but I don't smoke. I gave up smoking in 2019, January the 19th to be precise. The same day I gave up smoking was the same day that I gave up cannabis. Yeah, go on. Yes and no. The pain relief, yes. Forgetting my lungs and forgetting the smoking, right? The pain relief, yeah, the CBD, right? I'll come to that in a second, right? The reason I gave up cannabis, or with hindsight, right? What I found about cannabis was none of the things that you said there, right? What I found about cannabis is it made me lethargic. It made me it took away my get up and go. I was very, very lethargic and I procrastinate a lot when I was on cannabis. And once I'd stopped smoking cannabis, and bear in mind I'd smoked it all my adult life from the age of about 16 to 59. Once I stopped smoking cannabis, I discovered that I was a much more mentally active person, and I'm glad that I stopped cannabis now. But I actually stopped it when I stopped smoking. The reason I stopped cannabis was, I mean, I know you can imbibe it other ways, you can eat it, and things like that, but I actually stopped cannabis. The simple reason is that if I stopped smoking, then carrying on smoking joints meant I wasn't really stopping smoking. So I just decided to knock both on the head. At the time, I didn't think it was a good idea, but with hindsight, I look back now and I think, yeah, I don't miss it, and I won't go back to it because of the way it made me. It does. It makes you foggy. The only way I could say is, even when you're not smoking it, the next day it actually feels like you're swimming through treacle. The upside is, oh my fucking god, the ejaculations you have on cannabis. I mean, they are real needle tremblers, right? You could come with a real knee trembler. Just unbelievable orgasms. But we don't want to talk about that, do we? Don't want to talk about that at all. Yeah, don't. Yeah, you don't want to think about me having orgasms. I've got Rainbow Beach on YouTube. Makes a very valid point. Never tried LSD or shrooms, but I'm interested in the research that's being done with regard to mental illness. Well, Tracy, having been around cannabis all my adult life until I was 59, and having been around people with cannabis, my own personal theory is that cannabis, right, enhances your basic personality. If you're a happy-go-lucky chap like me, cannabis just makes you happier and more go-lucky. If you're a manic depressive, cannabis just depresses you more. If you're psychotic, cannabis just makes your psychosis more, right? If you're a sociopath, you become more of a sociopath. For those that don't know, a sociopath is somebody that can't feel empathy, so they have no idea how other people are feeling. If you're a psychopath, yeah, if you're a psychopath, it makes you more psychopathic. It's whatever your basic nature is. Cannabis enhances it. But like Punjab Cracker said, that shit makes him stupid too. It does. It stupefies you. And yeah. So I stopped it, and I don't regret stopping it. I don't have any problems with people who smoke cannabis now. I'm not one of these people that are born again Christians who smoke cannabis and shoot cannabis. I don't subscribe to this gateway drug theory. The gateway drug theory is if you smoke cannabis, it leads you to harder drugs. It never led me to cocaine. It never led me to heroin. In fact, the only place cannabis ever led me was the fridge or the kebab shop. Because that's the other thing about cannabis, right? Fuck me. 2 joints, you don't have to get the munchies, right? If you've ever had cannabis, right, you know what the munchies are. And when you live like I do, with a kebab shop round the corner, that is deadly. I mean, my weight went up to 125 kilos when I was smoking cannabis, because having a kebab shop round the corner, and you've just had 2 joints, it's. Can I put your video back on there, Mickey? I'll put your video back on. Let's put Mickey's video back on. There we go. I
didn't want to interrupt you while you were in full flow.
No, that's fine. That's fine. There we go. All right.
Toast and bed. In which order, Tracy?
Yeah. So there you go. So I've never done LSD and I've never done shrooms. My partner, Punjab Cracker, has done shrooms, but we haven't really asked her about it. Haven't really explored it. So that was something she did in yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, she was a hippie type, wasn't she?
She was a hippie type, but she's of that age.
Yeah.
So I think she's only done it a couple of times. It's not habitual. I mean, when I was smoking cannabis, she would occasionally have a joint, but I wouldn't really touch it. And I sort of think she was glad that I gave it up. I'm glad I gave it up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sucking fags again now, am I?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what you were doing. You were sucking fags.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just keeping the audience informed as to what you're up to, Mickey. You know.
You could take it to the. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go toilet, so I will be back in a minute. Oh, I'm going to go toilet.
And he expects me to keep the troops entertained in the meantime, which I find very difficult to do. I'm more of a person that will answer rather than lead a conversation, to be fair. Oh, you don't need to talk. Just get down to it, mate. Well, if he's gone for a piss, he's rattling a lot of bottles. Mickey does the can. You wouldn't want to see that, right? See up my tutu. Ask you a question, Tracy. You ask me one. That's what I'm here for. Is to answer your questions. I'm not very good at asking questions. Yeah, that's his empties. Yeah, you're right. He's falling over him by the sound of things. He can still hear us. He's wigging in on the side. I don't know if that's a tap running or he's having a piss. Oh dear. Oh, only I can. Well, Tracy could hear you bloody... I haven't met Steve at all yet, but he may be coming my way in September, so hopefully we'll get to meet up. We've known each other, I think, since about 2007, I believe. Oh, look, he's sucking on something now, look. Huh? And it's got a red tip. Was just a colour. So, answer your question, Tracy. You've met him more times than I have, haven't it? From what I believe, every time it's been in a hotel. So, see, he knows how to suck on that, doesn't he? You know, stick it inside. You know, all right. Sucking the end of your catheter. That's about right, I think. Oh dear. Two dudes, one sausage, the worst stream ever.
You got a question on Reddit, Mickey?
Oh, I've got one on Reddit now, have I? What do you do, or did I do for a living? I'm retired. I've been retired a fortnight now, but I spent many, many years as an HGV lorry driver. But for the past 9 years, I worked in a print factory where we print books, which unfortunately I'm not allowed to speak too much about because of confidentiality things that we had to sign due to what we were printing. But I can say that amongst things that we printed was all Harry Potter books and things like that. And Alex Ferguson's autobiography, stuff like that. We do a lot for HarperCollins, people like that, Penguin, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm happily retired for a fortnight, so I've done absolutely fuck all for the past 2 weeks. Well, actually, that's a lie. I seem to have been busier since I've stopped work, what with my grandkids and my dog getting injured and back and forwards to the vets. In fact, I've got to take her to the vets again tomorrow. Hopefully she'll have the bandages off. And next week perhaps I can get a bit of a resting. So I do absolutely nothing now. 51 years I was working. Tell you more about his HGV. Well, it's bloody expensive now to get into, Tracy. It really is expensive. Oh, he was. See, we're running similar paths.
Mickey.
Yes.
Reddit can't see what Tracy's saying. Can you explain?
Okay, sorry. He's a test pilot. Yeah, Woody was test pilot. Tracy's asking me. Her husband's thinking about doing his HGV license for me to tell him more. It's very expensive to get into now. What with medicals, you have to do what they call a CPC now, which is a certificate of competence.
Certificate of professional competence.
That's the bloody one. I always stumble over that. But even drivers have to do them now, which is a 5-day course. Of course, then you've got your medical, you've got your license, you also got your taco card. It's the reason I gave it up in the end, because I wasn't using it at the age of 60 when it came to renew. I just never bothered renewing it because That'd cost me probably 1,500 quid to renew it for something that I wasn't actually going to use. So, but having said that, there are some good deals for lorry drivers at the minute. You get loyalty bonuses. A lot of people are getting sign-on bonuses for signing on. So I wouldn't go back to it. It's too much traffic on the roads, too many idiots on the road. And everything sort of, we want it delivered yesterday. So no, I wouldn't go back to it. Somebody younger maybe, but certainly not my age.
Here's something I don't often
I quite often drop my load prematurely, and Neebade on Twitch is asking.
I'm a bit like you, Mickey, except that I stopped my. I didn't resume. I had an HGV Class 1. Look, there's my driving license. Look.
Yeah.
I really did have an HGV Class 1. Look.
Yeah. So did
I. I stopped it at age 30. I gave it up at age 30. That was 1990. I stopped being an HGV driver. I've got HGV Class 1 and PSV Class 1. In fact, I'm uniquely qualified, as you can see from my driving licence. I can actually drive everything that's legal to drive on UK public roads.
Yeah, I never did my PSV.
I did. It's not called, sorry, when I did it, it was called PCV.
PCV, yeah.
It's now called PSV.
Yeah, same as HGV is now an LGV.
Yeah.
Which is a large goods vehicle instead of a heavy goods vehicle. What the fucking difference is, I don't really know. They just seem to mess about with things for nothing.
But when in 1990 the requirement came in, you had to have a medical every 5 years.
Yes, correct.
And
when you got over full,
I just couldn't be bothered.
No,
I just said no and just go. No, I hadn't really been driving because by that time I'd gone into being a printer, which is another story. But
so we followed similar lines, other than you went to work for fucking Dixon's.
That was fun.
Oh, is that how you met? Was it, Trace? He was a typesetter, and you was a proofreader. And you still read these insane typos now. Well, you're reading Steve's insane typos now, to be fair. The ones he's made tonight.
Neeped. That is. Yeah, you get 9 out of 10 for that.
What, 2 dudes, 1 sausage?
No. Oh. Read what Neeped said on Twitter. Twitch.
Yeah, you got to remember that I'm sort of 10 seconds, 20 seconds behind you.
That's what your wife says a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had you spellbound, yes.
Right, well, unfortunately, people, we've been at it for, how long have we been at it for? A long time.
2 hours and 31 minutes we've been online on
Skype, have we?
On Skype.
Yeah, you're right. 2 hours, 31 minutes, 23 seconds. So I've been online. What you don't want me to end, Tracy? I've got to go and pick my missus up in at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm gonna leave me with less than 6 hours sleep. I'm gonna go and pick her up. So I've got to go for that reason.
She could always get the bus.
She got the bus this morning. The only reason, Punjabi Cracker, this looks like Budweiser, but it's not. It actually, if you read the back of this beer, it actually says brewed in the UK, so it's not really Budweiser. It's a British beer. Right, people. Unfortunately, I really do have to pick my wife up at 6. Well, I've got to pick her up at 7, which means I've got to be up at 6:30. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it a night, Mickey.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
We give it a good bash tonight.
Huh?
So we're giving it a good bash tonight.
We have given it a good bash. We have given it a good bash. Yeah, Tracy, unfortunately, streaming for hours ruins my chat figures, and once my chat figures start to go, it's a bit different. Besides, trying to think of things to say for 3 hours or more starts to get a bit complicated, but you never know. I might be able to, if I get monetized. If I get monetized on Twitch, right, which is the one that I'm more liable to get monetized on, or YouTube, but I need 1,000 subscribers and only got 365, so I'm a third of the way there. If I get monetized on Twitch, I will stream. I'll stream all fucking day, all fucking night.
Yeah.
But until then, at the moment, I'm doing it for free, and it's costing me money. So I'm going to say goodbye because it's time for me. Literally, I've got to be up at 6:30 in the morning. It's just gone midnight, so I do need some sleep. Besides, I want to watch porn before I go to bed, as you do.
Yeah, he's going back to 2 girls, 1 cup again.
No, 2 girls, 1 chorizo apparently is better.
Oh, right. Or 2 old dudes and a sausage.
Yeah, according to Vecna in your head on Reddit, 2 girls and 1 chorizo is better.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to say goodbye. And as I kill my connection, of course, you're going to lose Micky. Micky will be back with me next Friday.
Oh, well.
I think Micky, you turned out to be a popular spot on a Friday, haven't you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's for other people to decide. I enjoy it now. To be fair, it's something new to me. It's probably only my 3rd and 4th time, and I think I'm building up a little bit of confidence. I still get very tongue-tied though, which is why I need to be led with questions and things like that. Like I say, it's all new to me, but yeah, I'm enjoying it.
It's well, I did have Nigel Farage's love child down on Monday, Tracy Boaty, but unfortunately he's turned out to be a bit of a time waster, really. So it's going to be just me Monday. Unless you'd like to appear, Tracy.
Well, I think Tracy should make the bloody effort.
I do. Would you like to
find
come on
up
Monday,
her
Tracy?
bloody microphone and a webcam and get her arse on here on Monday?
Yeah, and watching her husband slamming at the fridge. Would you like to appear? On Monday, Tracy? She's gone quiet now. Let's see what she says.
She's run off now. You scared her away.
She's run off now. Yeah. No. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that.
Yes, you should
really.
Yes,
you should. Yeah. You should. Do you want to appear? Do you want to have Micky's spot on Monday, Tracy? Let's talk over the weekend. Okay, let's talk over the weekend.
Yeah, I only do Fridays.
Yeah, Micky does Friday, so obviously he's a popular spot, Micky. So we'll talk over the weekend to let you know. Otherwise, it'll just be me on Monday.
That's if you can bother to turn up. We didn't bother turning up last Monday. Blame a bit of
I didn't bother turning
up.
I didn't bother turning up. I didn't turn up. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Rainbow wants your spot, Micky.
Oh. She's open to my spot, is she? Oh dear.
She wants your spot. She wants your spot. Is this spot a wet spot down the bottom of the bed or the top of the bed? This is my question, right? She wants your wet spot, eh? Ice cubes, yeah. Huge. Micky's Monday spot. Well, no, I haven't really. Micky's sort of got a Friday spot. It was Nigel Farage's love child that had the Monday spot, but he's turned out to be a bit of a, like I say, he's turned out to be a little wine taster there. So, so I don't know, Tracy. Yeah, we'll talk over the weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. I won't talk to you during the day tomorrow, but I'll talk to you tomorrow night on Messenger. Right, Micky. I'm going to say goodbye. So, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
It's goodbye from me and goodbye from him, and I'll see you next Friday. Be careful, stay safe, people.
Right, yeah, Micky, don't go. Stay on Skype for a minute, Micky. I'll talk to you afterwards. Unfortunately, Tracy, Jason is Jason. He's not the most reliable person in the world, and trying to get any sort of commitment out of him is just like, So I can't have people that I can't rely on. So we will talk over the weekend. So good night to all of you. Good night on Reddit. We've got 8 watches on Reddit. So good night to all 8 of you on Reddit. We've got 2 on YouTube. So good night to you 2 on YouTube. No one on Facebook. 1 of you on Twitch. So good night to you. Tracy, I will talk to you over the weekend. So good night to you. Let's put my goodbye screen up, which I've got here. There we go. We should put that up. And good night all. Why hasn't that come up? No, it's because I've done something wrong. That's it. There we go. Right. Good night. There we go. Right. Just wait for that to come up, and then we'll disappear.